you well.
I'm an honorary Canadian.
You didn't have to get any paperwork done for any of that, did you?
Oh, too much paperwork.
The only thing, and we're going to be just very briefly in Toronto, the only thing that sucks is the whole custom process.
Yeah.
You had to go through it every single time you go up in the States?
Yes.
Because that adds like an hour to our trip,
Can't
as you
get,
know.
like, global entry or something like that? It'd be all right?
It's more than an hour for us.
Oh, wow. They can't say, we know who he is.
I mean, sometimes if you sneak through there by yourself, but when you're traveling...
Oh, don't say that out loud. You can't say that out loud.
When you're traveling with 50 people, 70 people, it's a whole thing.
They don't have your picture up on a banner in the airport. You're like, hey, that's me right there. We're all good.
I think the only thing they got up is the Kawhi shot, the game winner against Philly. That's the only thing that made it. I didn't make the cut. I was on the bench, I think.
Hey, your job beyond being a great shooter for this basketball team, we got to teach these Rocket fans to get in the building early because Toronto, y'all got there early. You were there for tip time. It was a great building, great venue, great atmosphere, and I know that you're going to do your best to bring it here to Houston, Texas.
Yeah, no doubt. I just always been in belief you win, you put on a good performance. Fans know. The fans will respect that. They'll be there. So we'll go out there and put a good product on the floor. I'm confident that they'll start showing up. It's a great sports town, and I'm just looking forward to getting this team back in a place where people actually want to come watch and support the team.
Well, the free agent process, good experience, nauseating, nervousness, or were you pretty relaxed with the whole thing?
I was pretty relaxed all the way up until I had to make a decision. The night before, I had to really make the call to choose what I exactly wanted to do. I was a little bit upside down just because of so much emotion and I play with my heart and I love hard and just how committed I was to being a Raptor and the pride I took in winning a championship and being there and playing for that organization. I took a ton of pride in that, so definitely was a tough decision to make to leave that, but ultimately just looking forward to a fresh start and a new beginning.
Who was the hardest person to tell?
Probably Masai, just making that call and, having that conversation. But, those guys are family. Those relationships will be lifelong. And we've developed great bonds over the years. And obviously when you win a chip with anybody, especially, that team and those people that was around for those years, those bonds will never go away.
But you ultimately did decide to come here in Houston. What is besides the money, of course? What was that?
Money's always it.
What factor?
Don't lie to us.
Say,
honesty's always very important.
Hey,
Money's cool.
Hey,
besides that, for you to say Houston is my new home.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about me lying. I try not to lie for free. But I think just looking ahead and understanding where we were the last 2 years and kind of the direction that they were teetering on going up there in Toronto, and then this new situation here, looking at the talent, looking at the roster, the league is changing, is shifting, and just my conversations with coach and management and just understanding the vision and the direction and where they want to go. I thought I was a perfect fit for what they ultimately want to do and accomplish here, and I think, sometimes things just line up and it was, too good of an opportunity to pass up.
Not only are you coming here for your ability to score and shoot, but you're also coming here not necessarily to babysit, because these are grown men to a certain extent, but you've obviously, with you and Dylan, have matured this team through your actions. You had to know that was going in as part of your responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of it. Obviously, I'm confident in my abilities as a player and my performance, and I'm looking forward to performing at the level that I know I'm capable of, and my best years are ahead of me. But yeah, there's a lot of that off the court. Learning how to be a pro, we kind of lost that in this era of the NBA of professionalism. You get to watch guys every day, whether it's Instagram Live or whatever. Like, we're seeing so much of people's personal lives on a daily basis around the clock. We kind of losing some of the professionalism, but there's something to learn how to be a pro, learn how to come to work every day, be presentable, and I think that all goes hand in hand with taking those next steps as a young kid who some of these guys are drafted at 18, 19, 20 and develop into a young man and ultimately have a credible career. I think professionalism is huge.
I know who you are, I know who Dylan is, I know who Jeff Green is. You all have had experience, you've won, I know what your positives are. I still don't know, and I've said this to Jalen, I don't know who the very best Jalen is.
Right.
In your mind, what's the best Jalen Green?
I think just that putting that pressure on that rim, getting downhill. I think he's a explosive, and that can go offense, defense. I envision him getting out in passing lanes, rotating, big blocks, big steals, obviously big shots. We know the scoring is there. His first challenge is going to be, how do you take, that rhythm that you had from just playing free and really no consequence to shifting inside of a team system and learning how to score within the offense and keeping that rhythm and not getting disengaged. That's always tough for a young player to do, especially, given his situation coming in. But the sky's the limit for him, and I'm excited to have him, as my running mate and just, being able to help him see the game and learn who he wants to be and who he is. The only person that knows the best version of Jalen is Jalen, and I'm here for him, and I'm here to help him.
All right, and you mentioned the leadership and all those things, and bringing that and seeing those things in Jalen Green. How do you communicate to these guys? Because you don't want to get tuned out, but you want to be a teammate and stuff like that. What is your approach as far as the leadership you're going to bring?
I shoot straight and I cuss a lot, so it's really.
Cool. We got Dylan Brooks joining us here on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Dylan gonna have to figure out who's the good cop and who's the bad cop, but it might
just
be.
Don't. If you're going to get thrown out, don't get thrown out in the same game. Can you help me out with that?
Yeah, it might be two bad cops a lot, but I think just being truthful and being honest, and the difference is you have to build that relationship off the court, and you have to build that trust with the guy to be able to speak to him and be able to communicate with him in a certain way. And I started that at Summer League. So if you want to win, if you come to work and work hard, we'll have no issues. Everybody's got to put winning as the number one priority, and everything else will fall under that, and we'll all be fine. I think everybody will have success, and it's a lot more fun than chasing your own stuff and losing a bunch. I've seen both so far in the league.
Well, I was sick of calling 6 3-pointers against us. Now you're with us, so have 6 or 7 per night if you don't mind. The rest of the way.
That's the plan.
Fred VanVleet with us here on the Matt Thomas Show. Thank you, friend, for coming by. I appreciate it.